Hello, everyone. There we go. I had to make sure we were working okay.
Oh god, I still heard the music.
It's still going.
Fading out. It's fading out.
Yeah, I've turned it down.
It started on the stream, and I heard both. I doubled it.
I forgot how hard the intro music goes.
Yeah, me too. I haven't heard it in forever.
Yeah.
Welcome, everyone.
Well, hello, everyone. Well,
Welcome.
we got this new software. It's cool, isn't it? It's got all the bells and whistles. I love it. Before we start, I just need to put this up. There we go. Welcome to LoreCrimes.
There's actual banners now.
Bed made.
Oh.
Bed made.
The bed is made. Jesus. Can people, if they are listening, just let us know if they hear us all right. Like, audio is fine, just because we're trying out new streaming software today. So it's, RIP Riverside. We threw it into a ditch and
Yeah.
got rid of the body. So
Yes.
we got rid of the body. But Andy, what are we doing today? What's going on?
Well, it's been a long time, and we have seen your comments about where's the pub quiz, and it's been a while. We're coming back to the pub quiz with launching our new era of LoreCrimes with the new software of the bells and whistles. And because I know all of you are big fans of the Horus Heresy books and very knowledgeable about Space Marines, today we're going to talk about Blackshield Warbands, baby.
It's just he can hear Colin nice greasing up that forehead.
Oh,
Leave me alone.
Listen. Okay, this is not. He's not alone. This is a forehead gang over here. Like this is a murder of foreheads. A cockle of foreheads.
Okay.
Is that the word we're using?
Oh god, I ruined it already.
also, we can do this.
Today we're doing.
So, yeah.
You want to explain briefly what Blackshields are, obviously without spoilers to.
Yeah.
answering
So
questions.
basically, during the Horus Heresy, when there was traitors and loyalists, there was also kind of a grey area in the middle, and it was all these guys who knew themselves as Blackshields. They were traitors, they were loyalists. Some were good, some were bad, some were a bit. Some were in it for themselves. Some of them were, defecting to different sides, and they're basically just a ragtag bunch of Astartes pirates for the most part. We have got a donation by.
Sorry, I'm just
Donkey Man
laughing at that
USA,
immediately.
Hit the gritty, Colin. There we go.
Hi, Jazz.
Hey.
Is that enough
Doug.
for Colin to hit the
Oh yeah, how many donos to make Colin hit the gritty for us?
No one wants to see that.
I think Document USA does.
He knows not what he wishes for.
Oh my god. Look at the gritty fun be growing. This is not
Hey,
good.
make me dance. I'm not that much of a monkey.
Oh, pain. But today, so we're going into some heavily requested stuff by Eli and Colin for the Horus Heresy lore in particular. It's extensively requested. They literally showed up to me and Andy's door about this. Clearly,
Yeah, go to England.
yeah. Why would you ever go to England? God, it's a terrible idea. We're quizzing again today, brothers, and I guess anything being said, I guess we go straight into it then, don't we, Andy?
Yeah. Well, using some of the fun new features, I'm going to be putting up the questions on the bottom as well, just so you can see them if you forget what they are. But let's start off with the beginner. Oh, in fact, before we start off with the beginner questions, let's go for it. So, Eli, how's your knowledge on the Blackshields?
I read that one book with the Alpha Legion in it a long time ago, and there's the Iron Hands and the Salamanders guys in it, and that's all I remember.
Fantastic.
Are they Blackshields?
Hal?
I don't know.
Well, there is like a weird
Yes.
distinction between Shattered Legions and
I
Blackshields.
am
not
thinking
all
of,
shadows.
well, there you go. I'm not even thinking of Black Shields. So
Oh god. It's
Yeah.
so lovely.
Hal, on that note, how are you feeling confidence-wise?
I've read a lot of Horus Heresies, so like they've come up in some books I've read, but honestly, like we're gonna have to dredging out, in my Lovecraftian horror brain, like any minute detail will have to be dragged out of me like over this next period, because I just honestly I'm not confident at all.
Colin, hi there.
Hi, I'm glad to be here.
Well, do you know anything about Blackshields?
I know what they are.
Oh god.
Fantastic. Okay, then. Before we get started, we've got another donation. This time from Porker Summerlin,
Thank you.
saying, "Hit the gritty
Gritty.
forehead."
Truly
And
abuse.
that's 2 pounds. Yeah, I had it right.
Nice.
What software are you guys using? Thank you, Angry Homunculus.
We're using StreamYards.
Was it Streamlabs?
No StreamYards.
StreamYards, the other one.
Even better.
Labs is an OBS thing.
Yeah.
It's even
So,
better.
well, hopefully it will
Right.
work out, brothers. So we'll, let us know if it sounds
I mean,
bad going on.
not to preemptively give this recording software fellatio, but I'm really enjoying it so far. I've got more buttons. I've got more features. It's all good fun. But with that said and done, are we ready, lads?
Not
For the
very
first
obviously
question.
in the recording, but it's pretty good. Sorry. I'm ready. People who are playing along with us live as well, let us know if you're.
Oh, and
how
also,
you're
if you
doing.
are playing along live, please don't put the comments in the answers in the comments. We want to do them at the end of each section, I would say, so you don't spoil
As
it
to
for
not
everyone else.
spoil for us, you may in fact put wrong answers though. That is 100% valid. So,
Mhm.
DJ NAED Bolden hit that
TJB's where are you
gritty.
from, brother? I don't know, where's
It's
AED?
the UAE. UAE is the currency there.
Damn.
Okie
Pretty
dokie.
cool.
Right, so first question.
Yes, I think.
What
Bro's gotta hit the gritty.
was the name of the Death Guard loyalist who fought during the Battle of Istvan III, survived, gave account of his betrayal to the Emperor, and became a powerful Black Shield psyker during the Horus Heresy?
I don't know how to
Hints?
spell this guy's name, but you know what's funny?
Hint,
If anyone,
it's a deep cut for LoreCrimes.
Wait, no.
yeah, I'm about to say this is a guy who
Doesn't mean I remember it, but
All right.
It's not Caiaphas Kane.
that's
And
what I was
I-
talking, you bastard.
Andy, do I get points for like roughly spelling the name right?
Yes. I'm not going to have a go at you for spelling. Love the new streams. Oh, thank you, buddy. It's good. I must say, this is kind of a niche subject. So some of the questions, it's like there aren't many like easy questions in this one,
I don't know how to
just
spell.
because of how niche they are.
I kind of vaguely remember this just because it's been burned in my brain how I got this wrong. So this one's actually like somewhat doable. I think I spelled it right though. Pain. I think his name was Jim. Thank you, Neon and LF Grays, for truly sabotaging any confidence we have.
Jim.
Morty. Thank you, Quantum Cthulhu, for
Morty.
being Morty.
I'm sorry for another Halloween chat. I'm
Bro, it's been
gonna say
6 months or something.
To be fair, with the poll, he's got 52% of the votes for who's going to win today. So
you guys are tripping if you think I've read any Horus Heresy in the last 2 years.
I love you
1
all
year,
for your
I guess.
confidence. I love you all. Thank you.
You don't even need to add that in the last 2 years for me.
Yeah,
Caiaphas Kane of the Death God. Never mind. Thanks a lot, Jack of Hearts.
Okay. Are we ready for the second question?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, here we go. So typically for a bespoke sub-faction of the Space Marines, Black Shield Commander's very unique title. What was a warband leader's name, basically? So instead of Chapter Master or what's a weird one they have in Space Marines, like
Brother,
what is it?
Brother Wolf or whatever, like Wolf.
Yeah, like Wolf Lord or whatever. What would be like the head honcho of a Black Shield be called?
God, that is pain.
Hello, my name is Andy.
I don't know. I don't know at all.
We'll do a Necrons quiz next time, guys. Don't worry. You just saw Goku on a box of Cocoa Puffs. Wow. Must be a good cereal.
How do I spell a normal word wrong? That's crazy.
Will Colin hit the gritty for some forehead wax? I think Colin owes Chad a gritty. I'm not gonna lie.
I don't think I would catch it.
Dance. It's a bit like Dance Monkey Dance, isn't it?
I've been eating eggs and taking my shirt off.
This is all on you. None of this was.
We expressly need a Discord just like plastic bag and send us a picture of that cereal box. Cocoa Puffs. Jesus Christ. Black Shields have a Honda logo.
Oh man.
Does that mean the Lord's called a Civic or something?
Yeah. Okay, we all got our answers in for that one.
Unfortunately.
Seeing my face under Colin's chin is so. What does that mean? What does that even
'Cause,
mean?
When the comments like pop up, they kind of go over your like face a little bit
Oh,
when I put them on the highlight. Yeah. Ah well. All right. Last question of the beginner section.
Beginner?
music.
Yeah. During the Siege of Terror, one of the 5 elite kill teams was comprised of Blackshield Astartes. What was the call sign of their kill team, named after their leader's nickname? So, for example, Sigismund was one kill team, Loken was another. Then you had Garrow,
Fuck.
the Blood Angel guy, and then the Blackshields.
Is it one word or 2 words?
It's 2.
I think I might know this then.
Oh, we got gifted 5 donations from Bloody Shirt Music. Thank you very much, brother.
Thank you, brother. Thank you. Primaris Lieutenant, truly the most. This is the one of their nicknames, right?
It's the guy in charge of this kill team. It's basically what he was known as.
Not his actual name.
Not his actual name, no.
Okay.
Like Loken's call team was not, his kill team was not called Loken. It was called
Depressio
can't remember what his was.
Wolf Boy or something.
something like that.
Sigismund was called like Future Lose to Abaddon or something. Because the writers can't give him a damn, you know, Abaddon L that's, you know, deserved.
What?
There we go.
As in, like, he just like another. He always has to, like, he doesn't win, but he wins. If you know what I mean.
Didn't he get dragged?
As in, like, he always comes out
lose or he win. Like,
he comes out the winner, but he never wins in like the cool ways. Always the other character is like, oh, and the other character like almost, you know, completely showed him up, but then.
Oh, I mean, yeah, like this particular Black Shield, basically, he gets like crunked by Abaddon, but he's like so massive. He used to be a Thunder Warrior. He just collapses on top of Abaddon and pins him to the floor, and Abaddon's there like, ugh! And then Garrow nearly kills him, and then he teleports away, and you're like, oh, that's
truly the WWE.
Sounds weird.
Of the Siege of Terror.
It's
Good old Siege of
the
Terror books.
catch-22 they have. It's either don't make this Horus Heresy nobody look cool, or make Abaddon win effortlessly because he has plot armor.
Okay, so with that said, this is the end of the beginner section. I will go through because of the way that the stream is. I'll go Eli, then Colin, then Hal. So starting with Eli, the beginning of question number 1, which was essentially what was the name of the loyalist Death Guard, who was like a psyker and a cyborg and all that fun stuff. Eli said, "She booing on my gob till I squig."
She boing on my gob.
Oh, boing on your gob. I
Booing.
can't read. Did I think boring on your gob? Oh dear.
Booing on my gob till I. God.
Yeah.
Moving swiftly on. So Colin put Crisis Mortag,
Come on, please be close enough.
and Hal put Chrysos Mortog. It's actually Chrysos Morturg, but that's a
crazy.
point for Colin.
Yeah.
and a point for Hal.
How do you know
Do you
that?
remember
My
that
1
from-
point. Yeah,
Do you remember that from
Yeah.
last time?
Yeah, I remembered it because even
Wow.
before Andy said it, I was like, it's the guy.
Yeah,
It's one like
he looks like Jason Statham.
Andy brought him to like my attention properly though, because he actually showed me like where he's in like one of the cover artworks, and I was like, so this guy's like low key about.
Yeah, in that one where it's like Death Guard versus Sons of Horus, and there's like a guy that's kind of like in the corner with like white and green armor.
That's
him.
Ah.
Yeah, and then he like loses all his limbs and he becomes a cyborg, and he was a psyker, and
Wonderful.
so the Death Guard
Darth Vader.
like that's cringe, kinda. But Jason Statham, so it's just like, oh, what you mug, come to the fucking dark
Can
side,
we
or
talk
have you,
about
mate?
how kind of ugly the Horus Heresy novel covers are?
Mhm.
Well,
Yeah.
Some
when
of
you
them.
look at the original ones, like Galaxy in Flames, they didn't really know what they were up to, so they have like weird leather like cowls and stuff.
Mm.
But that was just because they didn't really know what it was going to look like. So it took a while for them to find out, oh, this is what it's going to be. Which is why I think they had Eldar riding dinosaurs on one of the covers. So like,
Epic.
sense. So the second question was the question was what was basically the name of the guy in charge of each Black Shield warband. Eli put Shield Captain. I don't know. Colin put Palgoramus. Huh?
What?
Huh?
What? Why does that sound like the
Bro
noise
just made
you-
up a
Was that a
word.
thing?
No.
Sounds like the noise your stomach makes when you need a desperate shit.
It ended in the word us, so I'm hoping it was. I faked
Mr.
that into my way.
Mr. Mealove, what do you mean? What do you mean you put Jason's statement? It's just-
And Hal put Riften Lord, easily replicable.
Oh, it's meant to be
Um,
replaceable.
mm.
It's because in
replaceable.
Skyrim, the Riften Lord is basically it's either one of the who's that local old lady who's like
Megan-
the corrupt
Maven
official,
Blackbriar.
Maven
Blackbriar, and then if you side with the Imperials, or it's the like one who basically no one remembers, who's like the Stormcloak one, who apparently like doesn't know like her right hand people are basically like yeah, they don't really care what she says.
I got to say, none of you got that correct. I'm afraid the correct term is Reaver Lord.
Wow,
I
that
hate how
sounds-
you said
doesn't
that. I
sound
think
like a good
you said
guy.
like Mil got that correct, and it just said Hal's the strongest lawmaster or something. So I was like, really letting it down.
Oh, Colin was
Um,
never on.
And that was from Colin. And the last one was during the Siege of Terror, there were 5 elite kill teams. What was the name of the Black Shield one named after the guy leading them? The guy leading them was a guy called Endred Har, and he was known as the Black Dog. So,
Oh, it was definitely.
so Eli put John Grammaticus, everyone's
words.
favorite fellow.
It's 2 words.
Colin put Blood Angels. Very nice. And
Very
Hal
good.
put Riven Hound. So you were close, but he was called the Black Dog.
It's
or
one
the
of his
Riven
nicknames,
Hound.
but it's not the right one. Oh,
Yeah, unfortunately so. So at the end of that,
it's been a while since I read that book.
Eli, I'm afraid you have nil points,
Yes, sir.
but Hal and Colin
One.
One
Yes.
point.
have a point.
And if we can do this, Colin, please,
Congratulations.
other side of me, where it's like that.
We have 2 donations. You're
fit it, Colin?
I'm trying to figure this out.
Nice. Was there a Black Shield named Shag Raxmi Boosin? Thank you. You're joking with the $2.
Shagrax me bussin'.
Is that a Shadrach Medusan reference or what's
That's what
going
I
on there?
thought.
Oh god.
Lousy $5. Thank you. Does Colin know the pancreas makes more than insulin, and aside from that, his work's fine?
Actually, I have 2 things to say to that. One is that yes, I do. It's actually largely a digestive organ. It makes something with that. But
Pancreatic enzymes.
2 is how about you fuck off and leave my diabetes alone? Huh?
I mean, it's like your
Thank you for
brand.
the
weirdly
donation.
enough. It's weirdly a brand for you, though, isn't it?
It is.
Surprise. Yeah.
Leave me alone. Listen, it's my endocrine disease. I get to have fun with it.
I mean, I missed a trick. I have asthma, so I could just called lung no work. Or something. Lungs no work.
I used to have asthma, it just kind of went away.
God, those people go really crazy.
I used to have asthma, and then I took an arrow to the knee. Very well done.
I want to play Skyrim. I might play Skyrim tonight.
If Colin has like a brand of like other people and other networks in the future, and they have
Oh, my
other things
word.
that don't work, that's gonna be really crazy.
Dude, that'll be the network.
We got a donation from
Thank you very
OWN,
much.
which is also known as Light, one of my pals from my Discord. He says, well, remember, Sir Endred Har's actual name is Riven Hound, but in the SOT, his kill team was named Black Dog because he was a Black Shield and a Warhound. Yes. That's
Damn.
But that was the name of the kill team. See?
Thank you,
I
Owen.
haven't read the Siege of Terror novel in a while.
They actually have quite cool names, each of the kill teams.
Is that First Wall? That one, the novel.
I think
Chat
so.
is not working on my phone.
Oh,
You can actually
Alright,
see
are
the
we,
chat in our own on the actual studio here on the top
Really?
right. Yeah.
Yes, it said should be in the
Oh, you
comments.
can. Holy shit.
Unknown.
And this is
Wow.
what I've been
It says-
doing, Eli. When I click on them, they appear like this.
That's crazy.
Asthma is
Nice.
truly a breathtaking illness. It's
Hey, baby.
Yeah.
it's wild.
Hey,
That's
I
wild.
even got my little
Oh, it's Saturnine.
Inhaler.
Sorry.
in the chat.
in a case,
Hey, no.
which I never use because I take lung steroids now, and it's way better.
Hmm.
Anyway, are we ready for the intermediate section?
Sure thing, boss.
Yes. I don't think we're going to do well there.
Well, starting off with question number 4. What was the name of the Black Shield warband led by the infamous warhound of the 12th Legion, Endred Har? So someone did ask before, was he a world eater? Yes, he was. He was a world eater who originally was supposedly a Thunder Warrior because he had a Thunder Warrior tattoo on his chest and he was massive. But there is a thing. In the artwork for this, we've got, what's the name of the artist who made that one of the guy cleaving the world eater?
LJ Cole? Or
Yeah, I think so.
that one? He's made quite a few. I'm flopping it.
Huh?
He's the artist
Huh?
who made a lot of. He's made like iconic artworks.
LL
And-
Cool J?
No, not LL Cool J. LJ Cole or something like that.
Well,
KOH or something.
either way, if
Cool
that
way.
is supposed to be a depiction of Endred Har, Light, you're in the chat, correct me if I'm wrong. If that's supposed to be him, it's actually incorrect because he never had the butcher's nails. And in the art, he's got the nails in his head. He was just so big and massive and used to be a Thunder Warrior.
Yeah.
Like, he doesn't need nails. He's too strong.
I feel like this is because I know the author who as well. This is it's not Ash. Is it Joshua Reynolds or Anthony Reynolds? Because this is the guy who wrote the Fabius Bile trilogy as well.
Josh.
It's one of the Reynolds guys because he no longer works with Games Workshop because I think he said he got stuffed over by not. He basically didn't get any opportunity in the Horus Heresy, and he's a very good writer. So poor guy, but he's got some. His Fabius Bile trilogy is pretty damn good, and I think
You
I
like
do
it.
know this one because it's mentioned in some of the things I've read because I've had
To
to
be
do.
fair, Endred has like a weird space where he has like 3 books, but they're like small. They're short ones, but he actually has like a trilogy of short books. I'm like, oh, that's quite cool that they spent the time to just go, hey, he's a weird little mini character, and he's really fleshed out and interesting. Yeah, we got another donation from
Thank you.
from Light saying tattoo at his arm, and yes, he never got the nails. Yes, he was too big. They were
Too
scared of
big
him.
for the nails with Angron. Jeez, Angron's right there, brother.
Yeah.
By the way,
And they're all-
unification mod. I had a little play of that the other day because I was
Ooh,
missing
wow.
it. Angron dies immediately in the World Eaters. I was like, because I've never made him before. I was like, I just want to give him a go. I did it on survival mode. He does not live. He
Wow.
does not
Does he
live.
die instantly, or by instantly you mean you're not cheating with Mortaria?
Yeah.
Whose
It's not how
special
to
ability is
cheat.
just never dying.
Well, because Angron, it just feels like a weaker Mortarion because Mortarion has great regen.
Mhm,
So Angron is just
mhm.
he hits hard, but he can only hit melee in unification mod's quite difficult because Tau exist, and then they have guns that like basically rip you new assholes. So he does not there.
But they're not-
rail guns, please.
They're not as infamous as that one pylon that Eli was chipping away at for like an hour. Yeah.
One time.
But next question number 5. Most war bands of the Blackshields cannibalized war gear, and modified it to 5. The Mechanicus of Mars gave it a unique name to such armaments and armor. What did they call it or them? So, like for example, you got like Mark, I think it's 4 iron armor. You've got Mark 10 Phobos armor. You've got Mark 6 Heresy armor. And Corvus is 7, I think. So like they had their own weird designation for their armor.
I am not doing a serious answer.
I think I don't know Black Shield lore.
Yeah, that's
It's okay, it's a safe place.
Next time is Necrons, for real, for real.
I kind of know that.
Tesla armor. The Tesla. What's the Tesla car that like they had on stage and then
Truck.
he smoked
The Cybertruck?
the Cybertruck. That's what it should be called.
What is this picture? Oh my
Cybertruck
gosh.
2077.
Was what picture?
I'll send it to you, Colin. I'll
Is it a
send it to you.
DJ Beast original?
No, it's I looked up something related to Goku, and this is what I got.
What? Ah,
I misspelled a word. Do you want to just describe it for our?
no.
You don't want to describe it.
Fair
Okay.
enough.
It's Goku inflation, basically.
Oh no.
Yuck.
Oh, we got our first ever donation from Ben
Thank you.
Boyer.
Thank you, brother.
They
Thank
called
you.
it bad, downright goofy. Pick a side.
Dude, I'm goofy. Yuck.
I'm not sending the image to the chat. It's horrendous. It really is horrendous.
No.
That's demonetization land right there.
We're already
Hmm.
skirting that.
I'll say what's a Google
All right.
in the chat.
Okay, well, moving on swiftly. Question
Only
number
Discord.
6. There are many infamous Black Shield war bands that ravaged the galaxy during the Horus Heresy, yet one remains to this day and bears close ties to the Carcharodons chapter. What is their name?
Oh, he threw us a bone. Oh,
So these
sure.
guys-
Dude, I totally know this one, bro. It's so easy.
These guys basically like supply weapons and armor to the Carcharodons, and they don't like each other. But the Carcharodons are kind of like, I have to like, we're in the middle of nowhere. We kind of like have to work with these guys, and they're a bunch of dicks.
I didn't realize these were Black Shields.
They defected from the Raven Guard, is the idea.
Damn, because they must have, because Korax is a
That
very nice master who doesn't at all have any racist tendencies towards
Raven
Terrans.
Guard thing like tickled a neuron in my brain, but it's not firing.
Well, the guy who was
The
in
chat,
charge
those
allegedly.
People in the chat
Was,
are putting spoilers. Don't look. Don't
I-
spoilers.
Don't look at the chat. Leave it be.
Wrong answers
the guy
only.
who
chat.
was the guy who was like supposedly in charge was also a Terran born.
Kardashians.
So Korax was just like, cringe, and he was a bit racist. And he didn't do anything wrong. Well, he kind of did. But everything he did that was wrong, he kind of did because he was snubbed all the time. So it's a bit sad.
My favorite part in the Korax stuff is that his own Primarch novel, where the guy basically said, "Oh, we didn't really want the Raven Guard. We actually wanted Night Lords because we're fighting an enemy that like is in weird like space orbit stations bits, and they would capitulate with Night Lords." And Korax went, "It's okay, fam. I've got you. I've got you." They attacked the space orbit stations, and then their own governor immediately gasses their like civilians and turns them into like zombie hordes.
As one
And
does.
then Korax goes, "Oh no, this is cringe. I didn't want that to happen." Lose loads of Raven Guard. They pull back, and Korax goes, "I'm just gonna go chase the governor." And then the Imperial Navy guy was like, But what about the entire enemy system? If we don't do this now, we'll have way more casualties." Korax went, No, I'm chasing that governor," showing you like he literally cares more about quote unquote justice rather than actually like winning a war zone. Oh god, it was so stupid.
Yeah. Let me just
I did not enjoy that Primarch book. If we do a Primarch novel tier list, that one is immediately going to the bottom for me.
They're certainly like hit and miss more often than not, aren't they? Like,
It's made
sometimes
by
they're
Guy
great,
Haley.
sometimes
The
they're
guy,
meh.
that guy's written banger. Like he's written some of the best novels in 40k. I don't understand. I mean, fair. I don't know what they do.
I mean,
really.
not everyone's always on their A game, you know. Not everything is a banger.
Not everyone gets given Raven Guard to make a book about. Oh god.
Good point. Yeah, so let's go through the answers. So question number 4 was, what was the name of the warband, the Black Shield warband led by Endred Ha? So starting off with Eli. Oh my god, what have you done?
Oh no.
It's Fat J
So-
Color, one of my favorite images on the internet. I'll drop it in the chat.
Yeah, you
Drop
sent
it
me
in the
that.
chat real quick.
Cool.
Let's not save that in the Dark Elves folder.
It was in the Blood Bowl folder.
How do I do this?
Have you ever seen a fat elf like in 40k? Imagine how fun that
I've
would be.
seen images.
Yeah. Dude, that's a
Not
whole.
official ones, I'm sure.
That's no. There's a. I'm not. No, I don't want to talk about how I know this. Never mind.
Moving on. Colin.
Oh my god.
OWN. Thank you for the
Endred
20
Ha.
try.
Well, thank you very much.
Thank you. I just popped that up.
Thank you, Lucas, in the chat. They have a pass.
Not today, for tomorrow you die. May die. Colin put Endred Ha, and that was the guy in charge, but I wanted the name of his warband, so
I thought you said they named him after the guy.
no, that was
Are they not called the Ha or something? The end
no.
of the
I said, what was the name of the warband led by Endred Ha? And you said Endred Ha, and I went, Oh well.
Why can't there be the ha-ha? Come on, that's funny.
The ha-ha gang. The ha-ha-ha-ha.
Ha-has.
Hal put Fangs of the Emperor. You got a point, Hal. They were
Yes.
called the
Wow,
Fangs
look at
of
this
the
guy.
Emperor. Yeah.
Thank God. for
Cringe.
novels.
Cringe. Hal's winning. Cringe.
For now.
Next question was: most war bands cannibalize their war gear. What did they call their specific type of war gear, or what did the Mechanicus call their war gear? Again, Eli sent me a picture of what's his name from Dragon
Zell?
Ball saying Zell saying enjoy BBWs.
So enjoys BBWs. It's a goated video.
I guess. I don't know.
Should do the next tier list. Which Primarch most needs a beam?
Oh my gosh.
I don't know how to react to
Ferris
that.
is a stone. It's stone.
Colin put Mjolnir
Nice.
because he's a Halo fan, and that makes sense.
That's about all I was cooking.
Yeah. I'll put Ancient Brotherhood Shroud for the 25% boost to archery. What's
If
that
you
in
go
reference
to the because the Ancient Brotherhood gear, the default one is like a certain boost to archery on like the headpiece. So if you go to like a certain shrine that's like guarded by like hag ravens and stuff, then you do like a jumping puzzle bit. You can go up and I don't know, it's in one of the chests, I think, in the end of that sort of area, and you can basically get a bonus, like it's like the best one for like bonus to archery in the game. But it also, I think you know, you spawn it if you complete a quest really well earlier, and you get given like special beads that you have to give to a lady in Whiterun, and then she gives you like a vision of this better gear. Clearly, the Warhammer lore.
I mean, none of that was correct.
Or relevant.
The answer for what they called their war gear was pariah war gear.
Necron's reference? Wow.
I guess.
cool.
But they were just like, oh, they were all a bunch of pariahs, I guess. And the last question of the intermediary section was there are lots of infamous war bands. What was the one that helps out in current era? The Carcharodons. So Eli put Bruce from Finding Nemo.
That's a
Name's Bruce.
shark.
It's all right. Well, I trust the
Shout out
shark.
to Finding Nemo.
Goated movie.
No,
Yeah.
We
It's
have
a bit
two
of a shame that
donations
Ellen
for-
DeGeneres is in it, but oh well.
Not about that's right.
Donkey Man says tonight in LoreCrimes, Colin refuses the gritty. Hal continues to be out of pocket, and Eli browses demon. Crimson Glory, thank you, brother.
Thank you
He says,
very
"Hello,
much, you
brother,
guys.
brother. Hope your day is fantastic as you are. Thank you very much.
Your day
brother.
is fantastic too. Well,
Appreciate you, brother. Thank you.
And I'll just put that there as well. Yeah. So where was I?
Colin.
So
Colin.
Hal, Colin. Colin put the Royal Black Watch.
I feel like that's the guessiest of guests. I guess so.
Yeah.
That's an organization from BattleTech.
Oh, that makes sense. Okay. Okay.
I feel like you guys.
And,
This was one like I thought you guys would know this.
Bro, I have not read. I don't think I've read any of these books.
This isn't like a novel thing. This is like a tabletop, as in people know it just from like tabletop.
What? I don't play.
You know,
I don't play Space Marine.
I've never looked actually. Well, I have looked. That's a lie. I've played Space Marines before, but I haven't looked at their faction rules for a video yet. I don't frequently play against them, except for that guy in the tournament who very
No, you
politely hit
don't
me with a
cover it.
full
That
company
sounds
of
funny.
Marines.
What is this
Um,
picture?
So the only one who got this correct was Hal, who put the Ashen Claws, which is correct.
Ashen
Well
Cause,
done, Hal.
guys.
Yeah.
They're the ones who have like the 30K looking war gear like in their stuff, isn't it?
I gotta be honest, man. All of the Space Marine war gear from all of the time periods is identical looking to me.
I mostly know just because like when people talk about the character Sevatar returning or whatever, like supposedly he might have like be related to them. Like that's always like Carcharodons and Ashen Claws like may have come from like his weird there's like a weird like messiah figure they call to I think the Ashen Claws, and they're like, that could have sounds like a
Oh yeah, okay. I actually do remember these guys from
They
short,
got-
like 2 years ago.
They got the funky helmets. I don't remember the name of it, but I like that helmet.
There's also someone who's done a cool video on like an Ashen Claws conversion on YouTube. If anyone wants to watch that. Way too much green stuff. Never doing it myself, but still cool to see people be way better than me at modeling. Gets me going.
Well, lads, we do have a bonus coming up after this, but we've
Thank
come
God.
to the difficult section, the expert section, if you will.
No.
It was easy. It was easy at first.
Yeah,
That's
yeah, we
low
was-
scoring quiz. Oh,
We were just
God.
playing up until now. So here's number 6. So there are many infamous Black Shield war. Oh wait, not that one.
Hang on.
Ignore that. I've got to delete it.
Is it
This
Ashen
one.
Claws. I win.
One nameless Black Shield of the First Legion of the Dark Angels went on to become a founding member of the Grey Knights. He was nameless, but what was the name he inherited when he became a Grey Knight? So he was like, he was a Dark Angel. He didn't have a name.
Oh,
He had a Black Shield warband. Garrow was like, Black Shields are cringe. Come join me. He became a Knights Errant, and then he became one of the first Grey Knights. And he got a name. What was his name? Malcador gave him a name. But
If I remember correctly, this is the guy who got captured by Abaddon and they had blanks sewn
Yeah.
onto him.
Yeah.
So he's
Yeah, that
eternally
guy.
in torture. He's a psyker as well.
and I don't want his original name as a Black Shield. I want his name as a Grey Knight.
Ah,
All right, let me just
I-
delete
I-
this message. Not that I have
Giant
time. I
is
was
the
putting
only
it nice
OG I know.
regardless.
if I remember correctly, that this
Oh,
guy
man.
appears in like the 40k setting.
Mhm.
And like they
Yeah, in
awaken him or
Pandarax.
whatever.
Pandarax.
They like awaken
I've read
him
that
up.
book, but I don't remember his freaking name. That was like
I
3
might as
years
well give
ago.
it, might as well give it like away, like if any of that helps trigger anything. But they basically the Grey Knights awaken him, and he's like, "Oh, I'm summoned again to fight darkness." He ends up fighting Abaddon. He loses. He gets mutilated. He's a psyker, and so Abaddon sews on blanks to him, and then he
Yeah, it was
basically
tough
puts him in
ending.
He
his.
cuts out his tongue, stitches his eyes shut, and
Yeah,
goes a blank to
yeah.
him. And he
It
removes
was
his
a
black
cool
carapace.
book,
So you're
though.
like,
He
bruh,
1v1's
enough.
like Lord of Change, which is cool.
I think he also now sits like in the Vengeful Spirit, doesn't he? Like as a little tortured soul above Abaddon's like war chair. Truly, like one of the worst ways to go. This guy.
Mm.
Also, Ben Boyer donated $199 saying, okay, if you had
Thank
to
you,
make a
brother.
40k YouTuber, what
Eldar.
race?
Yeah,
I was gonna say probably
done.
yeah.
There we
The
go.
thing is, the answer is Eldar, but the real answer would be Tau.
Sister of
Because
Battle.
that's the
True,
kind of
actually.
the people who would want a VTuber.
Mhm.
That is what they give the people what they want. They
Yeah,
want
if there's any race with streamers, it would also be the Tau.
yeah,
Yeah.
they want jugs and hooves.
Tau Gamer Bath Water.
Give the people what they want.
Tau Blue
Um,
Milk Bath Water. I don't know what I'm on about.
Well, you've sent all those through, so let's get on with the second most difficult question. One of these war bands is not a real war band. Please select the incorrect answer, I should say. So we've got the Gerasene Host, the Death Eagles, Vanquished Sons, and the Dark Brotherhood. One of them is fake. I want you to pick out. I've spelt it wrong. One of them is incorrect.
1 in
Please
4
send me
chance.
the one which is fake. 3 of them are correct.
The temptation to go for the Skyrim reference is truly there. But I just sounds like
We know.
Cicero. I'm Cicero.
CW with their naming of things is never beyond a certain amount of creativity with naming. So
I'll
I can't.
say the Black Shields in particular have that kind of like edgy 13-year-old vibe to them. You know, it's like,
Yeah.
oh, I'm just gonna call them this. That sounds cool. That's kind of the atmosphere.
I was born in darkness, surrounded by darkness, and now the people who hurt me
I was
feel
born
they
in
hate
darkness.
you.
God damn it, Andy.
Molded by
Flicks black hair out of eyes. Just
You merely adopted it.
I was
I
born.
was
born in it.
Truly-
by
it.
truly letting down the lore master titles right now.
Bro, it's like such a niche topic.
Yeah.
Well, that's the thing. I couldn't really pick any softball questions. I honestly couldn't find any. Light sentence number one saying,
you.
Mr. Remember, when will the hard question come? Yeah. We get you love
Very
Black
funny.
Shields. Very clever.
We found
we
one
also
Black
got-
Shield.
Oblivion.
Yeah.
Oblivion's
Yes.
Dark Brotherhood is triple S tier.
Self-play Oblivion.
It's-
Thank you, Crimson.
Okay, so with that done, we're ready for the last difficult question. Right.
Mm-hmm.
This one's a really to the point, but actually really tricky one. So, Light, you complained. Get this one.
Oh god.
Following Mortarian's use of psychic powers during the Battle of Molech, a member of his elite bodyguard, the Death Shroud, defected from his legion. Right? You know, the guys with big scythes. He went on to form his own short-lived Black Shield warband. What was his name? So, Mortarian's bodyguards with the big scythes and the Terminator armor. He was all like, I'm a traitor, I'm a traitor, I'm a traitor. Through Istvan 3 and 5. And then Molech, he started to see that Morty was starting to use psychic powers. And he went, cringe. Our Legion thinks that's cringe. I think that's cringe. You're cringe. Fun fact, he also gets killed by Jason Statham Space Marine, Chrysos Morturg, because he's a psyker.
So
And he
it's
has this
not
whole bit in a
Chrysos
book where he's
Morturg.
like, no. That's a bit of a way to narrow it down. So he was basically like, you're cringe. You're a psyker. You're not a real death guard. You're a cringed guard. And then he's all like, I think he dies and he says something like, you're not real. You're just a ghost of the Legion. And then when he dies, Chrysos is like holding him. He's like, we're all ghosts of the Legion or something like that. You're like, he wanted to be friends, but he was a witch. So you got to kill witches.
That's tough.
Yeah.
Oh god.
Why did the question appear as a live report? Because I'm trying to use the features as best as I can.
Does this one they kind of as well? I'm pretty sure Mortarian just at one point kills all of them because they saw him doing sorcery.
Well, I think this was just before that, or it's during Molech.
Quite a few times, because when you become a Death Shroud, you lose all your identity of
There's a
who
good
you were
quote
before.
from Light. Death rise, my brotherhood sacrificed in a ritual.
I'm pretty sure that there's a bit where Mortarian does sorcery and he turns around he sees his Death Shroud and he goes oops, oh no, and then he kills them all. And then he cries about it later. But it's weird because in one book, he at the end of it, he's like, this is a necessary thing. And the next book, he's like, I actually secretly cried underneath my armor. Just, because I was like, what am I doing?
I must say, Colin, I've tried playing Morrowind. I can't get into it. It's too old.
To.
It's so old.
You're
I've
going
tried
in-
it. I'm like, ugh.
Just
I wanna
make your
try it.
build so you don't have to deal with the shitty combat. How about I just don't deal with the shitty combat by not opening the game?
If you min-max the game and you know exactly what you're doing, it's fun. It's like, nah, that's just bad game design.
What does that mean? What is
Do you know
Gal Gun?
Do you know what it is? It's like someone who says, oh man, you should have been there, playing Modern Warfare 2 back in the day. You kind of go, it was all right. I honestly don't think it.
That game was perfect.
Honestly, Modern Warfare 2 is good, but Morrowind is just
The nostalgia.
there's no
is
map
harder.
markers. The combat sucks. It's got really bad graphics and it's dated. And you're like, I like to play a game that was better designed. That's all. I love Oblivion. I actually
I
prefer
like
Oblivion to
I don't
Skyrim.
mind the no
What
map
name?
markers and you got to find stuff yourself. That's cool. I don't like the playing it.
Yeah, that's the problem. Okay, so let's tally the points.
Bop
So-
indeed, brothers, thank you.
Starting with Eli. Eli just sent me an image of Ryan Gosling from what? Was that a
It's a green text.
4chan forum?
So it's the Blade Runner Riz green text.
Riz. What's it like to be Phantom taxed? Riz. Have you ever rizzed a gat? Have you ever watched Ice and a gat? Do you consider yourself a Sigma Riz? Skibbity toilet or cameraman Riz? Have you ever gooned to a femboy Riz? What's it like to live in Ohio Riz? I don't understand. Moving on to Colin.
The fact that
Blade Runner
if you
reference.
actually say those words, it can truly stop an entire generation from enjoying that. God.
Classic.
All right. Call me a boomer and so forth. Fair enough.
I said we, me
Um,
and you.
Okay. Colin just put Mark.
Maybe his name was Mark.
His name was Mark.
Is there anyone called
Um,
Mark or Dave?
oh,
There's
hi,
no
Mark.
Davids. There's no Davids, is there?
And Hal put Ezekiel, which is a dark angel.
But it's
But
similar
not
to
his name.
that.
His
It's
name was
similar.
Epimetheus.
Ah, of course.
Nil point. Okay.
Oh no, people
we've
got opinions
some
about Morrowind.
donations that come in.
I like you guys.
Oh dear.
The green text.
For Donkey Man USA, said the green text has given me a stroke. Perfect. That's what we were planning to do, or Eli was planning to do. If playing Morrowind takes a single spark of courage, then I am the dark, cold vacuum of outer space.
Thank you, Mr.
I still
Mihela.
want to try it.
Frank the Blood Raven. Markiplier.
I bought Morrowind specially when they did backward compatibility on Xbox One.
Mm.
I got like a disc on
wrong,
eBay and I played it. And I played it for an hour and went, this sucks. And I put it back. And I
Sheesh.
sold it. I really didn't like it.
Have you guys ever played a game
sorry.
that you know is like, other than obviously Morrowind, but like you know is like goated, but like you just didn't feel it?
Yeah, the
Baldur's
original
Gate.
Deus Ex. I've
Yeah,
tried
Baldur's
Deus
Gate
Ex.
for me too.
The original, I played Deus Ex Invisible War and liked it when it first released. And I tried playing the original on PC and I'm like, I don't know. I like Thief. I just don't like Deus Ex. Call me a hypocrite if you want.
I'm gonna drop Sid Meier's Civilization. I just don't. I can't.
I hate Civ 6. It's the only one I've played.
Oh, yeah,
Until the
Civ
other ones
6
are
is
good.
abominable.
But Civ 6 sucks.
It's
big
the only one I
time.
got on Switch and it takes 17 gigabytes. And I'm like,
Hmm.
I've tried it. I haven't gotten into it yet.
Civ 5 is fun.
So yeah, number 8 was which of these is not a real warband? So let's start again with Eli.
Come on,
Eli
1 and
put
4. Give me 2 points.
Death Eagles is an actual chapter, so maybe then. Well, Death Eagles is a chapter, and it's also a fledgling Emperor's Children loyalist faction who are a Black Shield band.
Bro, was it
And they were the
actually?
only ones who didn't.
Man.
Oh my!
And they didn't change their color scheme because they like, we still want to be Emperor's Children. We just don't want to be cringe. And for an Emperor's Children like fan, I'm just saying you should know better.
Damn.
No,
Oh,
it is
gosh.
obscure. To be fair. Colin put the Death Eagles again. They are a real chapter and a warband. So I'm afraid
I don't know. They
are
were
real.
also a Black Shield warband.
And Hal put the Gerasene host. Incorrect. The incorrect one was Vanquished Sons. I made that up.
White got it
That's
right
the
in the
incorrect
chat.
one.
Threw me off with the edgy name bit. I was like,
Yeah.
Vanquished Sun sounds edgy. So I was like,
Mhm.
oh man.
That's what I don't
That's
know.
why-
I don't know.
I don't know.
From Nick's third nipple. Nice username. He says, "Say his name and he appears. I believe in Caiaphas Cain."
Caiaphas Cain,
Hmm.
Death God.
True.
He's the OG quiz.
hero of the Death Guard.
I think I might do him pretty soon on my channel. So I'm already on book 5. What's wrong with me?
And to round it off, the last one was what was the name of the Death Shroud Terminator who defected from the Death Guard because he was like, Death Guard are cringe. If only I'd have known sooner. Eli put, I have read 2 Death Guard HH books, bro, and one of them is in Warhawk.
We're 2 Horus Heresy.
Can't-
Death
I
God
can't
Horus
help you with
Heresy
that.
books.
Yeah, I can't help you with that, I'm afraid. Colin put the gaming storyteller. Nice.
Yeah. Dutch, I need your help.
That's Dutch.
Bitch.
Summon
Bitch.
him.
Colin, we just need one more.
He does not sound
we
like.
need one more burglary.
Oh, gosh.
No, but Dutch from Red Dead Redemption does.
Oh, I just said.
Very true.
Arthur.
I'm not going to eat the monolith, H. Mila
And oh god.
How
And
much
then
do you
Hal
them
put,
all?
Hal, I'm disappointed. Hal just put Henry Kissinger. No, his name was
Oh.
Khorak.
Oh.
Khorak.
It's
That was
very,
the most
very
obscure
close.
one. Yeah, Henry Khorakinger. We've only got one left, and it's a bonus. And I'm going to say you get a point for every correct answer. So I know, Eli, you're wallowing a bit. And you're a bit like, I haven't got any points.
Wallowing.
Just a little.
Oh my gosh.
I'm just saying he's there, like looking at his shoes, but we can fix this. All right. Name me every Black Shield warband or Astartes you can think of. and I've mentioned several during this.
No,
I think I
you
was
didn't pay
totally
attention.
listening. Oh, man.
If only I was listening.
Oh,
I almost
Some
just want to
light
end the
in
quiz
the
with
chat.
0 points.
Shit.
I've been peppering them in, kind of like last time when I was
know.
peppering them in.
Well,
You're paying
name the ones
attention.
that
oh God, what have we said so
The
far?
temptation to just rewind the stream is very strong. I'll hold out.
Well, you already tested before that, like, if you played another video, you could hear without us hearing it. So like, it's like I like the idea before we started that you were like watching videos simultaneously.
What's the one he
like,
just said as well? Like, what's the one he just said?
Don't worry about it.
The dead guy.
I
Who is the one he
know.
just said?
There's also a way for me to like tell if the guys actually listen to anything I ever say. It's like,
I was
But just
typing
like-
answers, but then I changed my mind. I'm
like
taking this
senile
good with
old
pride.
Andy. He's practically a pensioner these days. He's so old. Just let him ramble on. He'll tire himself out eventually.
I definitely spelled it wrong, but I
Talking
think I
about
remembered
Space
what
Marines.
Andy said. No, people putting
Ooh,
the
my
wrong
word,
answers
we
is
got
now
another
not
donation.
helping.
We got a
Thank you.
donation
Thank you.
Thank
Okay.
you.
from Biriju CHF20 donation. I don't know, Chuff, saying, "Hey guys, I just want to say I love you, and specifically to
Thank you,
Colin.
Lodo.
I'm sorry. I'm a true Karl Franz believer, such as yourself. But after really digging into
Aw,
Lewin
Base,
Leonker,
base,
I
base.
think he's the, I
Let's
think he's
go.
the Celestin
You
Five.
ruined it.
Go. Nice. Good man.
Oh.
Good man. Bless you.
We also got a donation from Crimson Glory, saying Colin's integrity is non-existent.
Thank you for the $2.
damn.
Also going to take this opportunity to just put this here again.
I'm trying to think of the Raven God who we know is like sent the guy who's was buddy
one I
buddy with
mentioned.
Sons of Horus, and
The
he was
one I
sent away,
mentioned, Hal.
and he
The one I
becomes
told
he becomes the
His
leader of the
name.
Ashen Cause probably.
It's all intentional. I put them out there throughout the whole. I didn't mention all of them, but I mentioned like most of them.
Oh,
Even if it was an aside,
God.
just to like prepare you. But you weren't listening.
Trying to look at any all the wrong answers in the chat. They are truly ruining it for us. God, I would.
TJB's coming in with the gut punch. Mr.
Mr. Least.
Oh,
Okay. I
you all
don't.
sent in your answers?
Unfortunately,
Say
Okay.
it's in.
I spelt them wrong.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Oh God. So starting off with Eli being a trooper, Eli just put, "I'm getting a 0 and I'm proud." Fuck yeah,
I'm
man.
proud.
Fair
That's
enough.
right, baby.
Man of principles right here. You wish you were anywhere near as masculine and ballsy as Eli on his most like when he's got a cold and he's not going into the gym because he feels a bit you wish you were a tenth as baller as Eli.
Oh, bless you,
All
Andy.
right.
Bless you.
No bias from the judge, then. Jeez.
I don't know, I just respect, game respects game, So I'm afraid we're rounding out Eli with 0 points. Colin put in Garrow, who's not a Black Shield, Endred who is, Morturg, who is. I forgot the rest. I'm sorry, Andy. Don't be sorry. I love you. So Colin rounds off with 3 points,
and you
neck and neck
try
with
your
Hal.
best, but you don't succeed. Oh, pain. People sing along. People sing along in the chat. Please. Eli throws in the first live quiz.
Bro, those black shields. What do you want me to do? I'm not gonna take
I'm not
the
gonna lie,
freebies.
we
I might
probably
as
It
well
was
all
Eli.
die. Might as well
Before
die
we
like a man.
started, you had the poll majority. People were like,
Yeah, that's crazy. I don't know where you guys thought about that. Oh my gosh.
And all right, okay, so in the end, it doesn't even matter. Good old Linkin Park reference. Good on you, plastic bag. So Hal and Colin are neck and neck. However,
Mr. Potato was wrong.
Hal has put Endred Chrysos Morturg, Christos. I'm not accepting that.
It was the name of the one of the guy who I couldn't remember how to spell it.
Yeah, but it's spelled
Like
not the same.
Chrysos?
Alfarius and Shaggy. So Chrysos.
Chrysos and
I'll give you two.
Christos. How far off is
Christos.
that?
All right, I'll put you out of your misery. Hal won with 5 points. Second place,
Yeah.
Colin had 3, and Eli had 0. Now that we're back with the quiz,
Back on form as well.
I will say the motion that if Hal continues to win, we should kick him out of LoreCrimes, especially when I'm not hosting the quiz, because if I lose to him, I will send him a letter in the mail, and it will just be
Electronic.
expletives and swear words.
And
But other than
anthrax.
that, that's been our
Where's my
triumphant
medals, by the way?
return.
Where's my medals? I need like my. On
You'll
this
get
side.
it on the
I need
podium.
my
You'll
little
get it on the podium.
ding, 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 ding. I need
Yeah,
my,
yeah.
got a
Mister,
good meme
I've
from
got a
YouTube
gold
beast.
stud on my podium. Look at me.
Yeah.
I'm
I
so
knew
cool.
when Andy said in the Discord, like, we're gonna do a Blackshields quiz, I said this is gonna be a Hal win, but like, sure, if you want to do it, that's fine.
I would use it as like a strong way. Like most of my points have come from repeat answers, and like one thing I like, some of us probably would know, as in like the Ashen Claws bit. I don't feel like I represented that hard. We all missed most of that. In fact, you know, Colin winning with his little corn victory over there.
Hey, I won another one. I don't remember what it is, but I know I won 2. It was
Does it make you
Eli
know
and
that
Hal
I won the
quiz.
Empire quiz as well?
Of course you won that one. I was giving it.
Yeah,
No, we should do one a fancy one, but I'll host
Oh,
it so
shit.
that you guys
that
have
would
to.
be nice.
Yeah, because for once, Colin could get the actual.
Mhm.
Oh, is that going to be the thing?
I'm
You're going to
from West
host the
Virginia,
quiz for the
just so
rest
you
of
know,
time
chat.
until we catch up. Is that what you're offering?
I'll do a
You
fancy
did
one
that.
just so then we actually get an opportunity to
Oh,
have Colin be the
please.
answerer because like, he's always the host on the fantasy ones we did. So
I'm the Unabomber. Thank you. Andy's the Zodiac Killer.
he's a Marathi quiz. So how?
Yeah.
Well, thanks for listening to Colin tell us all the lore about Warhammer Fantasy. Check out some of our more recent Dark Elf
Yeah, that was
episodes.
a good episode.
We actually know about Marathi lore now. So
That's another thing I actually know about chat, just so you know. I know things.
We got another donation from Light
Thank you.
saying, I am the true winner of this quiz
Yes,
as
you
the
are.
biggest nerd out here. I shall see you all when you guys do a Renegade chapter quiz or a Soul Drinker one. You're
Soul
going to be waiting a
Drinker
while,
content will
Light, I gotta be
happen.
honest.
Rule 34
It's gonna be a while.
quiz so Colin can win. That's funny. Oh
So you're
gosh.
about to send Hal a
It's gonna be
package
toilet
with
quiz.
tea.
Oh, thank you, Donkey Man.
Well, thank you, Donkey
this is
Man.
what they
Like-
call suffering from success.
Yeah. Hal is DJ Khaled, confirmed.
Well, it's because half of our quizzes,
Horus
like
Heresy.
probably more than half, are Horus Heresy related questions.
Yeah, but not being funny, as far as the lore goes, if you take like Space Marine stuff, that's like
Yeah.
70% of Warhammer. Come on.
I think with the balance of it,
Spoken like a
Andy's-
true,
That's why I'm
spoken
bad
like
at
a
these
true
quizzes.
Space Marine fan.
like in balance, Andy's read the entire Horus Heresy. And I
Yeah.
think he's probably. I think you've read more novels than me, haven't you? But
Jeez.
just because the way I
Probably
make
listen to more.
the way I make videos, I have to like sit on the material for longer
I-
before a video release. So it
Mhm.
like
I
I get
think
to sit with it longer because a lot of time we forget. Honestly,
the current rate I'm going through, I go for about 5 a month because I listen to them a lot. So
Yeah.
like I went through like this last month, the 2 Renegade, Alpha Legion and Emperor's Children. I'm reading the one with the Cassar from the Alpha Legion. I've gotten through a bunch of stuff. So like I go for about 4 or 5 a month, but that's because I can listen to them. When I actually read one, it takes me like a month because I'm just there like, oh, words. It takes a
Yeah.
while.
I have read. I think the Dark Imperium trilogy technically like 3 times now, just by virtue of
Jeez.
having to do a video on it. So I just again like I don't want to hear anything about Gilliman for a while. I'm Gillimaned out. Sorry, Colin. It's just I can't handle it.
Impossible.
If we did a Kuiper's Kane one though, that'd be a fun quiz because I've got.
Mhm.
We might be like somewhat even in terms of like time we
Maybe.
spent on it.
Well,
Definitely,
Colin.
Eli. We would. The thing is, our favorite topics as well. We don't necessarily want to be the host because that's the one
Yeah.
we know most about.
I've done all my favorite topics as the host. That's the biggest issue.
Well, that's the thing. Yeah, like I'd love to do a Blackshields quiz, but I'd win.
TikTok Riz
That's why I
party
hosted.
quiz when?
Thank you.
Thank you,
Owen.
White. Oh my gosh.
Are we seeing different names?
Oh well,
well,
he's
this
light
thing-
in
he-
Andy's.
Yeah, I know him as Light. So yeah.
Turkish
He's one of my
Quandale Dingle.
boys.
I said Dingleberry there for a second. Then. Sorry.
The TikTok
Do
Riz
a Black
party.
Legion quiz with Sam. We had Sam Man on to do the Black Legion pod. So yeah,
Mm.
maybe
That's
we'll
a
get him on
while
one
ago,
day to
yeah.
host. We'll see.
We I don't know if we're able to have more guest spots on Stream Yards, are we? But we should. Are we able to get more
Well,
than...
the idea is we should theoretically be able to get as many as 8 people on the stream.
Jeez. Well,
So
we need to-
here's the thing: I've gotten us the nice deluxe version. That's why we've got the nice swirly background that Hal made. Plus, I've made the frame. I put a lot of work into this today, guys. I made I made frames. I put all our
nice.
avatars,
Yeah, it's very
but it's
nice.
so much better than Riverside. And you can quote me on this. Screw Riverside. If you ever see
Oh,
anyone
no,
using
no, no.
Riverside, tell them off.
Yeah, bad
It's
review
bad.
from us. Bad review.
1 out of 10.
Document USA gritty. I agree. There's been like $40 towards Colin hitting the gritty, and he's not delivering.
I still don't know what that means.
It's like it's like where you do your arms and swing your leg. I think.
Right foot creep.
Oh, the
Fortnite
Fortnite
mode.
dance. Okay.
Eli and Colin are slowly like they're holding on to like knowing the relevance of like new cultural things, but soon enough, bro, I've heard skivvy toilet late. Like,
Dude, it goes hard.
you're gonna it's gonna catch up to you at some point. You'll be like, what is that? What the hell are these kids talking about? Pain. I think they
We've got one more before we go.
Thank you.
Bloodshed music. Thank you for the donations, by the way. I think we've
We'll
next Warhammer Fest. We'll
Yeah.
get
next Warhammer Fest, we're going to book out an arena to have a boxing match, and it'll be like Creator Clash, but it'll be called Hammer Clash, and it'll just be us 4, and we'll be at the table going, let's bring on the competitors, and it's like,
so is it us 3
I
versus
guess-
Eli, just so
yeah, us
Yeah,
3
to be
versus
fair.
Eli, and that's it, and we'll take turns being on like the podium and like talking about
See,
it.
we throw Colin as a distraction first. Colin, lock on him. Colin, you have to
I'm
lock
sure
on him.
Colin has a mean
Hold
right
him.
hook.
Mars, me and Andy
I
wail.
cannot make the jump. You have to toss.
Don't tell the elf. Now to 2 towers there, if everyone knows the reference. Which I'm sure you gentlemen do.
We got a question for Hal. Which salamander or which Space Marine boxes should Mr. Yang get to start salamanders?
Oh, I do have salamanders. And particularly with salamanders, annoyingly, like Infernus Marines, the ones I don't know if they're fully out in their own box yet. They might be as of this time. Honestly, you want to start with anything that has a combat patrol, which includes aggressors, I think. Because you can somewhat, if you're playing at home, convert just normal Space Marine intercessor, just chop off the front of their guns and then make it look like a flamer, and no one's going to be upset with you. Like, it's okay. So you can just, I think the Dark Angels Combat Patrol has a Dreadnought, aggressors maybe, and some other stuff. That's a good place to start. Or I guess, what is it? What's the recent box? Leviathan? Yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I mean, they're selling whatever they're selling of that. That's got. I know Terminators are not like the most useful thing right now in Warhammer because they're not quite worth their value, but they're kind of iconic. Though I really want Terminators, even though I don't have any. And get a Rhino, or as I saw in some of the videos, someone built a Rhino transport by sticking together old like debit cards and gift cards, and then no one can tell the difference.
Amazing.
So you want anything with transports and things with flamers probably, and then you can probably the Vulcan Hestan model is, as of time recording, old. It's very iconic and cool, but it's like is a bit old, so you just convert your own one from an Agrax Agatone, the actual like Salamander Primaris model, which is cool. Just make your own one.
Alternatively,
You know what I always find a bit surprising? How old the Huron Blackheart model is, where he's a bit goofy. Like,
He still
give him a
holds
new
up.
model.
He still holds up.
Bruh.
He's
Probably
awesome.
does not.
Bruh.
Oh my gosh, you guys are such haters.
He's
He even
like,
comes with the wow, I forgot his name. He
Well-
comes with this little pet.
well, he doesn't
Oh,
even
the
show
little-
up at the GW web store anymore, so I don't think the company thinks he holds up.
Yeah, I think
I like that model.
they will release a model of
Model
that.
of
I think, particularly like
Imagine-
Games Workshop,
imagine
they only
that's-
really release models when there's content to go around. Or sorry, they only release content when there's models to go around it.
Oh,
Most of the
Although
time.
I will say that there a few months ago they had the free mini of the month in Warhammer shops was like the Deathwing Terminator, and I was like, I'm gonna get it, and I forgot. Like, I'm such a
they ran
idiot.
out when I tried to get one.
They look so cool. I was like, I'm not even gonna paint it as a Deathwing. I'm gonna kit bash it. Oh, I've missed my chance. Oh well.
It's a shame that Dark Angels have like the second lowest win rate right now as of the time. So,
alternatively, Mr. Yang, just collect orcs. They're a lot more fun and also green.
True.
I think way out on orcs. I think just because it's kind of pricey. I mean, there's a big thing going on, which like Warhammer is. I think for a lot of people, it's kind of tipped the point of it's too pricey now to kind of keep up with it.
Yeah, especially with all the new boxes coming out that are just absolutely dog tier. Yeah, it's like
I think the only way to like kind of really salvage a lot of this stuff is generally through like conversion stuff. Like, because if most people, you're not playing in tournaments, brothers, are you? So if it's just like at home with the boys, shout out to the boys. You
right there, more orcs.
Al then. Basically, if you're with the boys, just say like, yeah, that's a thing. Like my Infernus Marines, like the flamethrower ones, they're just intercessors. But I took the spares I had from a Rubric Marine like Flamer, and I put that on the front. So it's got a little like beaked sort of weird look to it. So like I have no actual Infernus Marines, but I have Infernus Marines.
One of these days, we're going to get to a point where James Workshop has finally just made it 1 point per dollar. For every miniature.
Is it the Hammerfall bunker that's worth its weight in silver? Like it's the same price as in silver than it is in plastic. It's something ridiculous like that. Dormient says Happy Pride Month, LoreCrimes. Can we kit it was shit? Colin times Rowboat Grill Man.
Thank you.
Unfortunately, your brain was watching.
Got another from Light as well, saying, "Hey man, if you're struggling with money when buying Warhammer minis, God gave you a second liver for a reason. Use it, or steal it from the homeless,
or just smash and grab."
I think we should
even the post left. Man, TJ Beast, leave me alone.
Tough.
Colin in Texas is the true shit. Thank you, brothers.
True, actually.
I think just in general, like particularly with Warhammer tabletop, I don't try and I've definitely hit a point where like I'm slowing down in terms of keeping up with stuff. In fact, you're probably not meant to say it or like show it, but I've got 3D printed proxies for things now. I think there's the Salamander Gladiator I'm building at the moment, and there's this one you can get from Etsy.
I posted a sketchy third-party website in the chat for all of you to visit.
Is it the Chinese one?
I don't actually. By GW, we can post stuff. It's fine.
I do have a guy in China though who I email and get stuff from.
I have a guy.
ZachGame5.com is pretty legit. It's ZachGame5 because he's been removed 5 times, so yeah, he changes the number every time he gets removed.
My word.
I think you can make things. You can cheapify it a lot of the time. Oh, Mr. Me, hello. So starting my first D&D campaign as a spiteful paladin slave.
Whoa.
Brought Grimaldus and the retinue for it. That's truly on point. I guess technically
0.
Technically, the Imperium is pro enslavement.
I don't think there's any technically about it.
Sorry, penal colonies, penal legion, isn't it? Was it Colin's guy is in Thailand and he is the model?
Very funny. Very funny.
Sounds like I love you, Eli. Appreciate that.
I love you too, Plastic Bag.
No, and also if people want us to do more like different topics on quizzes, I mean, if you want to make a ridiculous one, we can go for ridiculous topics as well. Just being like,
we've been a while since we've done the quiz, but we hope you enjoy the quiz because it's the first one we've done live. It was a lot of fun. Oh my god, dog! It was really good fun.
Okay, this is
dog. Colin's just showing off
cute.
now.
This is acceptable penance for the gritty, I think.
Oh, dog!
I should go. I have a dog cocker spaniel puppy.
Yeah, I've never gotten the dog cam from Hal before.
I need to get the dog at one point. I'll bring her up. Very
there you
cute.
go. No gritty, but you guys get dog
you
cam.
got dog.
That's something.
Pay for dog cam. We appreciate that.
Can the dog do the gritty?
We're
Donate
gonna
capital,
start
buy a
a
puppy, and we'll call it Law Crime.
we'll get it. If we get like, we'll start a Patreon. If we make £4,000 a month, we'll all get a dog, and we'll have a
Jeez.
dog cam on the stream because now we have the ability to do so, and that's all it will be.
Wow.
It was
Just
just things
be
were like,
facilitating us buying a dog.
you know how like they have like live on like Discord or Twitch, or like they have like a stream where like they raise a goldfish by
Yeah.
group. We should do that. Like have a donation stream where you raise a dog by group proxy. Feed the dog. The dog gets fed by $5 or something. Hilarious.
One can exactly.
We are not doing that, by the way. Light says, I go now. There are anime girls I must sing for.
Thank you, Light.
Thank you, brother.
Have a good time, buddy.
Light,
Nice
which
one.
one's live?
Simpsons
Light, which
well.
one is live?
Thank you, everyone who watched the stream and everyone who donated the stream. If you're catching this at a later date, hope you all appreciated this too. And then hopefully, if you were playing along, maybe you got some of the answers. Maybe you floundered like the rest of us and truly had a Warhammer quiz. It was in fact a Warhammer quiz we did.
It was
Believe it or
the
not.
of times. It was the of times. It was the times.
Yeah.
It was the quiz of Warhammers.
Times.
Next topic will be less niche.
It was the quiz of times.
We should do an actual quiz on legit Warhammers. Like, what type of Warhammer is this one? That'll be fun though. I think with that being said, does anyone want to add anything else or?
All I'd say is it's good to be back with the quiz, and I like this software more than Riverside. Don't buy Riverside.
Yep.
No,
Don't do it.
we're not gonna get sued. We're not gonna get
Don't.
sued.
No, we
No,
won't.
no,
It's my
we
honest
won't.
opinion.
Just do whatever you want.
Oh, nip slip, Eli. On stream.
It was the blurst
Crazy.
times.
With the paper.
Take it off.
Thank you so much for everyone who watched and donated, and
Thank you very
if you
much.
did, please like it as well. Appreciate you guys.
Before we
Love you
go,
all.
Hello, one more.
Philip, first time catching you beautiful criminals live. Cheers, boys. Love you. Thank you for the $10.
Thank you, brother. Thank
Cheers,
you,
Philip.
Cheers, Philip. And we don't think we are on next week. Next week, you got something coming. I do believe.
Yeah, well, next week you're
Yeah,
away,
it's
but we
Colin.
should be working on a normal pod.
Okay,
Mhm.
so we got stuff cooking. I won't be here next week, but
We can just replace Hal with Dutch.
yes. God,
Poor
I'm gonna
Hal.
I have to make
Not
some.
poor Hal. He just won the quiz. Screw Hal.
Yeah, no poor Hal. Fuck that
I
guy.
have to make some stuff
Hal.
before I leave. Then, all right, brothers. I'll catch you next soon. See you guys.
Love you.
Bye.
Bye, guys.
Long time. Bye-bye.
Started as anonymous.